When thinking about legends of NASCAR history, names like Dale Earnhardt, Richard Petty, and Jimmy Johnson come to mind. Drivers that have completed feats that cement them as legendary racers. But I think of someone else. A man with not only a legendary name, but a legendary racing career. Richard Leroy Trickle was born on October 27, 1941 in the Wisconsin Rapids. His early life included an injury that he sustained at 8 years old by falling 2 stories down into the basement of a house under construction while playing tag with his cousin. The recovery process was slow, but in the time he was healing, he was taken to see his first race where he said, "It was the neatest thing." Fast forward to when Trickle was 16, while getting work where he could, he managed to save up $100 to buy a 1950 Ford Coupe. He planned to turn the car into a race car, but before doing so, he drag raced a classmate, where he lost, and then bought the guy's car for $32.50. Dick Trickle started racing at the end of the 1958 season and throughout the 1959 season at races in Stratford, Wisconsin, until his competitors found out that Trickle was too young to race in the division despite running there for 2 years. Trickle had to race at different track events until he was old enough to race at his home track, at which point he decided to race full-time. By May of 1972, Dick Trickle had already amounted a total of 67 wins in NASCAR's elite division on short tracks, as well as many other features outside his hometown. But then came 1977. This championship would spawn years of dominance in the Artgo series in which he would race late models. He accumulated a total of 7 championships, often winning them multiple years in a row, and during this era of short track dominance, he would occasionally race in the Winston Cup series, which included a few Daytona 500 starts, and was even invited to race full-time by none other than Bill France. However, Trickle declined, stating that he didn't want the pay cut. And what can you say? That's just Dick Trickle for you. In 1989, Dick Trickle would take the number 84 Gold Miller Buick for a spin by replacing Mike Alexander, who was out for an injury, and his debut in NASCAR began. He raced pretty well for his first season and won Rookie of the Year at age 48, the oldest NASCAR driver to earn the title to this day. His career in the Winston Cup Series was quite fair, with 303 starts, 36 top 10s, and 15 top 5s. The only win he would get would be a non-points race with Cale Yarborough Motorsports in the 1990 Winston Open. Now, NASCAR's All-Star Race.
Trickle now pulls ahead through turn 1 and 2 as he takes the high line. Down the backstretch for the final time. A drag race now between Moroso and Trickle. Ernie Irvan closes up right behind. Marlin rides in 4th place. Moroso pushes his nose ahead. Unbelievable.
Boy, for the last lap, that's a close one.
There's Ernie Irvan sitting right up behind him. Moroso and Trickle. Trickle comes just a bit ahead. And at the line, they're neck and neck, but it looked like Trickle to me.
Looked like Moroso to me.
Dick Trickle won by 8 inches, a photo finish nonetheless. Since the race was a non-points race, it didn't count as an official win in the NASCAR records. However, another intense and close finish came from the 1998 Busch Series, battling against the son of the Intimidator, Dale Earnhardt Jr. at the Duraloop 200.
Dale Jr.'s sitting here with tires that are probably 20 laps fresher than these other guys.
Miles an hour. And indeed, Betty and Cal, those fresh tires are a huge, huge advantage.
Huge advantage.
Caution flag is out. This might be it. They scramble back to the line. Out of turn 4. finish line. The caution flag is waving. Wow. That was close.
I don't have any idea who won that race.
Dick Trickle's Busch Series career was much like his Winston Cup career, pretty good. And after the 1998 season, he would only race a handful of times in sanctioned NASCAR races from 1999 to 2002. From the 2000s onward, Dick Trickle would race occasionally in Wisconsin events, but was now more than likely retired from full-time racing.
Lincoln County 911, what's the address of your emergency?
Yes. The Forest Lawn Cemetery on 150 on Forest Lawn.
Okay.
Forest Lawn.
Yes, sir. What's your name?
On the back side of it, on the back by a 93 pickup, there's going to be a dead body.
Okay.
The suicide.
Are you there?
I'm the one.
Okay, listen to me. Sir, listen to me.
There'll be a 150 Forest Lawn Cemetery in the back by a Ford pickup. The back.
Okay, sir, let me get some help to you. Sir, I do have it. Let me get help to you.
On May 16, 2013, Dick Trickle would call 911 from the Forest Lawn Cemetery, telling them that there would be a dead body, which he then hung up. The cause of his actions next were most likely due to chronic pains that no doctors could seem to help him with. And so, that marks the end of the greatest short track driver of all time. A racer with over 2,200 starts and 1,200 wins. Dick Trickle died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. He was 71.
But he's one of the hardest competitors out there, hardest to race. And I'm just proud to be sharing the same asphalt with the man.
They start 34th, pit on the backstretch, and finish second.